Hi, and welcome back to Gray's Gardening. My name is Gray and this is my gardening allotment channel. So today's video is something a little bit different. It is all about what has worked well, what has grown well, and more importantly, what hasn't, and exactly what I'm going to be doing differently next year. So I'm going to get straight into it and take you around the plot and show you exactly what I mean. Just before I do, if this is the kind of content you like, please hit that thumbs up, give me a like, leave me some comments, and please, most importantly, subscribe. I'm nearly at the big 1,000 subscribers now. So let's get straight into it. Okay, we'll start at the front of the plot. And these are my gold crest conifers I put in a couple of years ago. And they've really filled out nicely. I'm going to lop the top of them. And then it's almost like it's created a little wall as you first walk in to direct you straight through the arch. The arch has got my Montana clematis on. On the left hand side is one of my fig trees. This fig tree was moved this year, or last year should I say, and I've had quite a few figs off it, but this one on this side is much more established. And although I did get a fair few figs, the birds had a few more. On the floor is one of my banana trees, or banana pups, that are moved. So that'll be straight when you first walk into the plot. That was taken nicely, so that's been a success. My apples are not looking too good. They've got what's called apple scab, meaning that the outer skin gets these marks on them. So this will be a job for next year. How do I stop the apple scab? Do I need some kind of spray? I'll be trying various things to try on them. That's the Braeburn apple. Here is my pond that I built last winter. That's been a success. I've got the lily pads, which I think may be going a bit dormant, and some kind of yellow iris. So been quite happy with the pond. There's also some wildlife in there, some water snails and things like that, but I'm really hoping to get some frogs. That was the whole purpose of putting this pond in. My topiary reindeer is still, well, you could say it's starting to resemble something. It's got 4 legs, it's got a body, but he hasn't yet got his head. So that will be hopefully next year, but it's progressed nicely. The big bananas, the Musa Bajju bananas. Now, the main star of the show this year has been the fact that I've got my own bananas. They won't ripen, you can't even eat these variety, but I got the flower. Try and come round so it's not I'm not directing the sun. There we go, you can see it a bit better now. That's the banana flower with the bananas on top, the baby bananas. Now I'm told that this plant will now die because it's produced bananas. So this one here, which it's connected to, I'm expecting it to die off. But like with all bananas, they send up new pups. You can see this has come straight out from the bottom. This is all this year's growth. So if the one behind does die, it'll be replaced with this one. And I do have about 10 banana trees anyway. There's banana pups growing out all around the bottom of them, so I don't need to worry. On the right hand side, here is my sprouts. They were demolished by caterpillars. They've started growing again, but there's no sprouts, so they are a failure. Likewise, in here was my sweet corn. I had some in pots. Wouldn't recommend pots. Haven't got enough room to grow, but even the ones in the ground, maybe this soil's not fertile enough. They did not produce any sweet corn, so they are classed as a fail also. This apple tree, year after year, produces nothing. That'll be coming out this year. Here's a peach tree. This one went in last winter when it was dormant. He's taken quite nicely now. No peaches yet. You do get peaches in the UK, so I'm confident we will get some. But that's just growing a bit more, becoming more established. So happy with that. This entire area, all overgrown. Took my eye off this. That was a failure. However, my Chilean guava, you can see them, absolutely beautiful little berries. They are edible. They're full of vitamin C, vitamin K, antioxidants. Up until very recently, the birds weren't eating them, but I think they've realised they can also eat them. So I'm going to pick the rest of them today. But they are delicious. Taste a bit like pineapple and bubblegum mixed together. Fantastic. There is some raspberries at the back there. That again, I don't think it's the right place. They're all going to be pulled out. In fact, I think this entire area will be flattened. I'll put some trees in there instead, because that as a raised bed just isn't doing it for me. Let's get inside the greenhouse, see what worked in here. I'm never worried about my grapevine. These are the white seedless Lakemont variety. I'll be picking a few more bunches and take these home today. These are delicious. As I say, seedless, they always grow well. Got many bunches. I've been taking bunches home for the last 2 months, and we've got more to come. So they've done well. I haven't grown cucumbers for many years, and this was one of my biggest cucumber plants that produced about 10 cucumbers. The one next to it did the same. I've got a couple. I don't know if you can see that with the sun, but there's one left. But the ones on my left, I think this is actually going to be my last cucumber. But all in all, we maybe got 20 to 30 cucumbers this year. So they were a success. But sadly, I got no melons. I think they've all died off now. You just see them, they did start growing up that trellis. They're dead, they're finished. No melons, not a good year for melons. Although the marigolds look really healthy, they kind of took over the greenhouse a little bit. So I think I'm going to limit how many of these I put in this year. So it looks in a bit weeding, well, needs a good weeding. So that'll all be getting cleared. But the tomatoes, they're a bit hit and miss. We're still getting tomatoes now. They'll all be coming home today. They're the nice cherry tomatoes. But as you can see, each plant went very, very skinny and leggy this year. These are growing in grow bags. Yeah, I've had quite a lot of tomatoes. That's a decent bunch. You see they're just starting to split there, but they're so tasty. These are fantastic tomatoes to grow. Took a long time to get going. I think it was because of the summer we had. The summer was cold, it was wet. I don't think it helped for tomatoes. They just weren't leggy. They were searching for that sunlight. So partly due to the weather, but the ones on this side, they were growing in pots. They did not do much at all. So it's going to be more grow bags next year, I think. But hey ho, you live and learn. Come back outside. I'm going to come over to these raised beds. Oh, before I do, this is a new banana I bought. This is actually called the Musa acuminata, and it's got a variegated leaf. You can just see the pattern. These aren't as hardy as the big ones that I've just shown you, so these can actually come home and they can be kept indoors over the winter, and hopefully these leaves will really start to spread out. When I first bought it, it had a little baby next to it, so I replanted that one. So I've got two for the price of one. So they've done well. The strawberries, though, yet again, did not do well. They will be classed as another failure. This raised bed looks a bit messy. It did do all right. There's raspberries in there, there's red currants, there's Japanese wineberry. There's a lot of different soft fruit there. So I did have a cover, hence what that blue frame is, and that stopped the birds eating the fruit. So I'm going to class that as a success. But on my left here is my pumpkins. That is the only pumpkin plant I got to take. It produced one tiny little pumpkin, which probably won't even ripen. Pumpkins, massive failure. They'll be going in earlier next year. Plum tree got hit with the plum fly. Something ate all the leaves very early, and I got about 3 plums in the end. So not a good year for plums. And this golden delicious apple tree, even though some of the apples are really, they look nice, they've also got this apple scab on them. You can eat them, it does no harm, they just don't look very nice. So I'll be taking all those apples home. cut off some of the worst looking bits. So it looks nice that side. Maybe I'll put it in the fruit bowl like that and you can't see that side. But yeah, apple scab, something I've really got to address next year. And then finally, the beetroot. I haven't grown beetroot for many years. Decided to do them this year. They were probably the biggest success I've had all year. Really, really nice beetroot. They'll be coming home, at least a couple more will be coming home. My wife loves the beetroot, so I'll get them dug out. What we don't want is them to start rotting in the ground. And then just up here, you can see there are the blackberries. Now, I've made this, I need to clear this area so I can get to them more easily. Yet again, the solar powered watering system has really helped me out this year. This solar power panel charges the batteries inside, which then the tubes come off the water butt. That is always full. That is fed or filled up, should I say, directly from this hose that comes off the side of the greenhouse. So that comes in, fills up my water butt. The pump inside then pumps the water through these drippers, and these go all around the whole greenhouse on the inside. That goes off a few times a day and it waters directly at the base of each plant. You can put them wherever you want them. I've got them as like a ring main, and that waters everything in here for me when I'm not able to get down and water. So the solar power and water system is a massive bonus, massive plus. Everyone who has an allotment and isn't able to water all the time should have one of these. If you do want one, the link will be in the description below. It is an Amazon affiliate link, so if you do buy one, I get a few pennies to support the channel. So click the link and have a little look yourself. Right, as I say, something a little bit different this week, just a bit of a review of how the season's gone, what's worked, what hasn't. Every year is different. The weather contributes, but also the gardening experience differs every year also. Plants, they have their own way of deciding what grows and what doesn't. So now time for me to pick a few bunches of grapes. Not sure I can do that with one hand, but I hope you've enjoyed the video. Please remember to subscribe and give me that thumbs up, and I'll see you on the next one. Take care, everyone. Thanks. Bye-bye now. Oops.